Once upon a time, in a small snowy village nestled between towering mountains, there lived a man known far and wide for one thing: his endless bragging. He would often puff out his chest, smirk, and proclaim, "I'm the smartest person in the whole wide world. There's no one who can outwit me." One cold winter evening, while sitting by the fire with his friend, he repeated his favorite line. His friend, who had grown tired of the boasting, glanced at the guest sitting quietly in the corner. The guest, a traveling merchant with a knack for mischief, decided it was time to teach the man a lesson. He leaned forward and said, "Well, if you're truly the smartest, how about a little challenge? Tomorrow, let's see just how clever you really are." The boastful man, always eager to prove himself, grinned and accepted without hesitation. The next morning, the man set off confidently, his sled pulled by two sturdy deer. The fresh snow crunched beneath him as he made his way down the winding path toward the meeting spot. Along the way, something caught his eye: a shiny, beautiful shoe lying in the middle of the path. "Ha!" he scoffed. "What good is one shoe without its pair?" With a dismissive chuckle, he continued on his way, leaving the shoe behind. Little did he know, the merchant was hiding behind a tree, watching his every move. As soon as the man disappeared down the path, the merchant picked up the shoe, took a shortcut through the woods, and raced ahead to a bend in the road. There, he placed the same shoe back on the path and hid once more. When the boastful man arrived at the spot, he stopped in his tracks. His eyes widened in disbelief. "Wait a minute," he muttered. "This looks just like the shoe I saw earlier. How could it have gotten here?" He scratched his head, feeling a twinge of regret for not picking up the first shoe. "What if the other shoe is back where I first saw it?" he wondered. Determined not to miss out on a matching pair, he tied his sled and deer to a nearby tree and hurried back to find the first shoe. As soon as the man was out of sight, the merchant sprang into action. He quickly grabbed the shoe, untied the sled and the deer, and disappeared into the woods with everything. When the boastful man returned to the spot, panting from his trek, he was horrified to find his sled and deer gone. His jaw dropped as he stared at the empty space where they once stood. At that moment, he realized he had been tricked. Fuming, he noticed footprints in the snow and decided to follow them. The trail led him straight to the merchant's house on the edge of the village. There, the merchant greeted him with a sly smile. "Well," the merchant said, "it seems the smartest man in the world has been outwitted." The boastful man sighed, his face red with embarrassment. "You've made your point," he admitted. "I've been too full of myself, and now I've lost my sled and my pride." The merchant handed back the deer, but kept the sled as a reminder. "Humility, my friend, is the mark of true wisdom. Remember that." From that day on, the man stopped boasting about his intelligence. Instead, he became known as someone who listened more and spoke less. Friends, it's better to be humble than to boast, for pride often leads to downfall. If you enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.